So the Switch 2 is out now, okay? A very controversial console finally released. Just months of speculation and rumors and just stuff that is blatantly untrue. It is releasing to pseudo success, okay? Some people love it, some people hate it, some people hate that people love it. But screw all that, okay? That doesn't matter. What really matters is if I got a Switch 2 or not. And I can confirm I got a Switch 2. I know, clap it up, clap it up. Hold on. You might be wondering, how did you get a Switch 2? You're broke as hell. I know. Relax, let me explain myself. So, one night, I'm walking on North Pine Island Road, just minding my own business, you know? And then I see this one grandpa walk into his car in the Walmart parking lot. The easiest fucking lick of my entire life. He's walking to his Mercedes, and I'm walking right behind him, okay? Poor bastard didn't even see it coming. Came behind him, shoved him, and then I stomped his head in, bro. Like genuinely, I stomped him. Think about somebody biting the curb without actually biting the curb, bro. His head bounced on the concrete. And that's how I got the Nintendo Switch 2, bro. I mean, there's nothing left to it. I mean, that's it, bro. But genuinely, I have a question here. What is up with so many people being so forced to love this console and so forced to hate this console? This is so divisive for no reason. And I already talked about the Switch 2, okay? And the only complaint that I really had is that it's not very innovative. And there's a subsection of people who would just straight up slander the Switch 2 to make it sound a lot worse than it actually is. Like this whole $90 physical video game rumor just came out of nowhere, and I don't know where half of these people got it from. And half of the people who are spreading this rumor don't even know where they got it from either. And on top of that, most of the complaints about the Switch 2 are just complete schizobabble, bro. And I promise you could criticize this console without sounding crazy. Here, let me do it right now. Paying $10 for basically a performance patch for Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom is insane. I shouldn't be paying Nintendo $10 for a game I already own, and all just for updated resolutions and frame rates. That upgrade just seems completely pointless to be charging money for. Because surprise, surprise, updating resolutions and increasing frame rate caps are not hard to program into a game. I guess you could say it's $10 more because of its stupid ass fucking Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom GPS app. But that's goddamn stupid because nobody asked for that. Nobody asked for Google Maps and Breath of the Wild. I just think that something as simple as a performance patch shouldn't cost money. Especially not $10. And also Mario Kart World being $80 is fucking absurd. By the way, we still don't know what's so interesting about this Mario Kart that makes it $80. And also the game chat feature being locked behind a paywall. You know, game chat, a feature that Nintendo has been behind in for literal decades at this point. Yeah, that's gonna have to cost money, bro. Fuck the consumer. You see, you can criticize this console without sounding like an idiot and not spreading misinformation. But now we have all these people running around thinking that they know what they're talking about when they really don't. Like half of these niggas didn't even know the Steam Deck existed a couple months ago. But then I blink and now everybody's a Steam Deck advocate. Oh my gosh, the Steam Deck is so much better. Another thing that I just don't like about this entire situation is when people try to compare the Switch 2 to the Steam Deck. These are two different consoles directed towards two different audiences, and I don't think any side is good here. The Steam Deck and the Nintendo Switch 2 are just completely uncomparable, mainly because there's so much more you can do on a Steam Deck. There's so many more games you can get on a Steam Deck, and the best thing about the Steam Deck is that you actually own what you're buying. Like I never got people trying to compare graphics from the Steam Deck and which one performs better. Like bro, the Steam Deck is a PC. I don't give a fuck about what the Nintendo Switch 2 has. Genuinely never got that comparison. Cause no matter how you look at it, the Switch 2 cannot do as much as the Steam Deck. And the only way that the Switch 2 could do as much as the Steam Deck is if Nintendo wants to lose money. And of course, Nintendo doesn't want to lose money. And one thing I'm so happy about throughout this entire situation is that Nintendo is finally being treated like every other gaming console maker out there. And Nintendo fans are literally having the hardest time trying to cope with that realization. A couple weeks ago when everyone was shitting on Nintendo for having downloadable cartridges on their console be a thing, Nintendo fans were trying so hard desperately to defend it. Everybody else in the gaming industry does the exact same thing. I hate that argument so much because it makes no sense. Tell me, which person in the gaming industry is actually okay with downloadable discs on any platform? Nobody is. I have never seen anybody agree with this change, only disagree with it and complain about it. It doesn't matter which platform does it, Xbox, PlayStation, nobody likes this change in general. And in my opinion, I think it's even worse for the Switch 2 because the Switch 2 doesn't have enough storage to go with it to begin with. Even the Xbox Series S has 500 gigabytes of storage. Sure, that's not a lot, but still, 500 gigabytes. The Switch 2 can only manage 256 gigabytes of storage, and then you're gonna have to buy an SD card. It doesn't matter how you look at it, it's not a good deal. That's why the Switch 2 is gonna be hurt more than any other console when it comes to this downloadable cartridge stuff. It can't be like any other platform because it doesn't have the storage to go along with it. And yes, it is only for a few Nintendo Switch games. But in the future, I see this being mostly used for third-party games, because why would any other company pay more money to hold more information on a cartridge when they could just add an access code to it? Like, even though I think we should let people enjoy things and let people enjoy their Switch too, I think it should get to a point where we have to criticize it a little bit, and Nintendo fans should be okay with us criticizing it. Like them debunking misinformation, sure, that's fine, but outright disregarding actual facts and actual concerns is just plain stupid. I'm not saying that it's going to completely ruin the game industry like a lot of people are saying online, but I'm saying that it could have unforeseen consequences for the gaming industry. I'm just gonna say that. And again, there's no reason that Mario Kart World is $80. I just feel like blindly being okay with things that Nintendo is doing is just completely dangerous for the gaming industry. And just because other game platforms do it doesn't make it okay. And I'll say it again, most Nintendo fans hate it when Nintendo is putting the exact same standards as any other gaming console company out there. By the way, these were the same people saying that the PS5 has no games. Meanwhile, the Nintendo Switch 2 only has like 1 or 2 launch titles, bro. And one of them is Cyberpunk running at 30 FPS. Nobody cares. And don't forget about 40 FPS in performance mode. God, please tell me what type of performance mode is that? Just 10 FPS more. That'll be $70, please. Jesus Christ, bro. Like, these people have no shame whatsoever. But if you wanted my honest opinion throughout this entire thing, I think that the Switch 2 can be a very good console for right now. I do think that the hate is forced, but I also think that the love is forced too. But I do think that you should allow people to enjoy the thing that they bought, because the Switch 2 isn't all bad. But I think you going into it thinking that it's all good is you just being completely biased, because no human being with a pulse and a job actually thinks that this is a good thing. In conclusion,
see, let's track.
what? You stupid Nick.